sheer vastness of our universe can be overwhelming. Danielle offers her hand as a guide into what we call the unknown. Travel with her as she endeavors to untangle the threads of not only our dimension, but of those beyond.
Hello, hello. Welcome, Mr. Paul Del Robert, wonderful person, my great friend. I'm so happy to have you back. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing fine, Danielle. I mean, it's the weather's right now great. It's not too hot. Just got done walking the dogs, and I'm ready to do the show.
Oh, I'm quite excited too. I'm so happy you and I are doing this show today. And, after that, I'm taking my little family out. So we're going to go to the lake. So all of the puppies, all of the, even cat. My sister adopted a beautiful tabby cat, an orange cat, and we named him a Tigger. So I'll send you some pictures. He's quite adorable. It's quite busy at my house, but I love it that way because animals are quite amazing creatures that I love each and every one of them. They're close to my heart. So it is
Yes.
beautiful out here too. So that's nice. How you been, sir? What's up new? With you inside of your investigating world.
You know, actually, the investigating has taken a back burner. So I've been busy with my podcast, the Waiting Room podcast. I've been on other shows like yours, and also too I write for 3 magazines: Paranormal Underground magazine, um, Outer Limits magazine, and Phenomena magazine out of England. So and also too I write for Costa Rica Times. So all that just keeps me super busy. So um, the investigations, yeah, it's like I'm taking a vacation from that.
Oh, well, you are quite busy and we are quite honored again to have you here. Like I said, Mr. Paul is not just a regular guest to me. He's a really wonderful guest that my family loves and admires very much. I respect his work. That's been for more than decades now. He's been in it for quite a while. Always be behind my back, and that's what I love and admire. So it's an honest friendship and honest work that I really do love and respect about you, Paul. So welcome back, and thank you for giving us your time because I know you're quite busy. That's like me. You remind me of myself. I got a promotion at work, so I have more when it's coming to the medical field.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And then I have basically book coming out, 2 books coming out in September. So that's already approved. Now we're just going through the. You are in second one. In the first one, we are
Is
talking
that the
about
Dracula one?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I have you there, and of course you will be, on top of my list. You are the third one on the list to receive, basically, the free copy because I would like you to see it and criticize me or give me your opinion because that's how we learn, how we grow, right? So I'm quite excited.
You're a fantastic writer. You are.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And Tex, is another one because me and him worked really hard on that one together. So it's a lot of things, and running the family, being here, running there, taking care of everybody, taking care of my animals, taking care of my son, taking care of my mom, always connected to my sister. So my family is very near to my heart, and I'm blessed to have them. The world is quite crazy, Paul. So to have the family, and wonderful friends like you, Tex, Grant, Rob, Donnie, and Brandy, and the list goes on. It makes me really blessed and happy. So tell me, what did you prepare for us today? What would you like to share?
Well, I'm known as the Demon Warrior, like you're known as the Duchess, And as the demon warrior, of course, I've done a lot of demon cases.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to talk about some of the demon cases that I've done.
Oh.
Can be a little bit scary though, but
Please, please be free. I'm very happy. Everybody buckle up because here we go.
Here we go. Okay, I did four very notable cases. I did the Walter parking case in Lodi, the Ketty Murders Cabin 28,
Mm-hmm.
that's in Gold Country, Lauren Willett case in Stockton, and the Cecil Hotel. But I'll start off with the Ketty Resort. Okay, the Ketty Resort is in Gold Country. There's a lot of trees and animals and stuff like that. People go there to camp, they go there to hike, they go there to hunt, which I don't like. But there was a very terrible tragedy that happened over there at the Ketty Resort, and we did an investigation over there. 4 victims who were murdered. Three of them, it was Glenna Sue Sharp and her 15-year-old son, John. They were killed. They were stabbed to death. A friend of John's, Dana Wingate, she was stabbed to death. And about 3 weeks later, they found Glenna's daughter, Tina, and she was buried in a very shallow grave out in the woods. To this day, they have never discovered who killed that family. And we did an investigation. Oh yeah, we did an investigation there, and we got some EVPs, and we got sounds that sound like growling.
Wow.
And then we got an EVP where it sounds like a woman actually crying. And I felt there was a very demonic presence there. And so I kept on saying, whoever you are, if you're a demon, who are you? What is your name? And the name that I got on my recorder was Mesama. It's a demon I never heard of. But
yeah,
I think there's like probably millions of demons, just like there's millions of people. And here we have a demon named Mesama who may have caused. They think there was 2 men who killed this whole family. Somehow possessed this family because there was nothing stolen, nothing, just a slaughter. For what reason, nobody knows, and they never found the killers. So that was one of my strange demon cases. Another.
wow.
Yeah.
Quite. Is there not to be disrespectful? I know you sent me a couple pictures. Do you want to tell me if I need? You let me know which picture you want me to share at which time, and I will gladly share it so the viewers.
Oh, you can show them anytime. Those pictures are ghost pictures, not demons. But
Okay.
But you
Okay.
can pop them up anytime you want.
So when you're done with the stories, then maybe you can tell us a little bit about these ghosts that you saw somewhere or that
okay.
caught on camera.
We'll go from.
The viewers will want to know.
We'll go from demon to ghost.
Sure.
Okay.
No problem.
If you have a picture pop up now, I'll talk about it before I go to the next.
No problem. Let's go straight on demons. I'm quite excited and pumped up to hear.
Okay. Well, before I was a paranormal investigator, on my regular job, I was working with the Governor's Office of Emergency Services, and I was working the Northridge earthquake down in Los Angeles. And I like to save money, so I went and stayed at 2 cheap hotels on different nights. I stayed at the Mayfair Hotel, which happens to be very old and very haunted. So
wow.
I stayed there, And I also stayed at the Cecil Hotel, which is very infamous now because if you remember right, Elisa Lam, she was that Asian woman. She was seen by security camera in
Yes.
the elevator, and she was talking to somebody and using her hands and pointing here and pointing there and looking around, and like she was talking to somebody who was invisible. You couldn't see who she was talking to. Later on, people who stayed at the hotel, they were getting brown fluid in the water, and the water just didn't taste right. And later on, they went to the roof, and in the water tower, Elisa Lam was face down in the water, dead. And they don't know how she got into that water tower because the lid was real heavy. If someone killed her, they had to be pretty strong to move that lid and then take her and throw her body into that water. And many people who have watched that video of her talking to some invisible entity believe she was talking to a demon. So, but before I was a paranormal investigator, one of the reasons why I wanted to stay at the Mayfair Hotel and the Cecil Hotel is because I knew they were haunted. And I wasn't an investigator yet, but I just was hoping to experience something. And at the Cecil Hotel was also, too, a popular place for serial killers. Richard Ramirez, a.k.a. the Night Stalker, he stayed at the Cecil Hotel. Jack Unterweger, who was studying Richard Ramirez and was a photographer and was a serial killer himself, was also staying at the Cecil Hotel. And then, this is kind of interesting, but I talked to one of the hosts at the Cecil Hotel, a clerk, and he claims up and down that Kenneth Bianchi, the Hillside Strangler, actually stayed at the Cecil Hotel too. So so that was kind of amazing, to get that story. But like when I stayed in my room, I did hear like creaking noises. I heard something that sounded like footsteps coming up to my bed. Staying in that room was very depressing. I had a feeling of dread. So I think that hotel is very cursed. It does have demonic activity. Now that I'm a paranormal investigator, I would love to go back and investigate it. But at the time, I wasn't an investigator, but I did want to see if I would experience anything, and I did. So.
Wow, well, I'm glad that you did, and I think that's how we all started, with curiosity, looking for something unknown or the answers for something that is out there. I wanted just to ask you one question while we were in that hotel. Like you said, it felt like, it's cursed. There was many, killings in there. There's lots of negative energy. Many people say that sometimes they get headaches and they feel like they're going to vomit, or there's a particular smell. Anything like that that you felt while you were inside of this hotel?
I felt that way in some other demonic cases where I felt nauseated. I did have headaches. There's times where I did want to throw up. So yeah, that does happen. The Cecil Hotel, there's been suicides there, numerous suicides. People committing suicide in their room, jumping out the window, killings inside Cecil Hotel. Things got really bad with Cecil Hotel, where it went really downhill, and the homeless were actually staying there. So you had drug addiction, people overdosing and dying in the hotel. Um, yeah, there was a lot of things going on. Cecil Hotel that's a very, very cursed place.
That will be this one. I think the one that you share with me. I'm going to share it with our viewers.
Okay.
So come on. Oh, it's coming as a logo. uh, Let me see down here. I deeply apologize. It downloaded as a logo. It didn't download as a... I deeply apologize, guys. I downloaded it as a logo, so it's here in the corner instead of downloading it as a picture. So I apologize, but here is the Cecil Hotel. So that's the hotel, and that hotel is in basically in United States, in which
Los
state, if you
Angeles.
don't mind me asking? Los Angeles. Okay.
Los Angeles.
Okay. That's quite scary.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and do you want to tell us a little bit more about that family that, like you said, disappeared? Was there any other issues when people were disappearing, like you're saying? Is it possible that somehow some other people were saying, that maybe they see their spirits, their ghosts, or anything like that?
Reports later for the Ketty Resort, people have seen a strange mist floating around, seen orbs, and a couple people have said they've actually seen Glenna Sue Sharp, who was a murder victim. They've seen her full body apparition. So yeah, it's very, very haunted. Yes.
Wow, and that's sometimes when people go like, I see things and I'm not sure if I saw something. People always question before you come to the fact, and I agree with that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have somebody here who's a very knowledgeable, has a lot of researchers and the studies. So please always look for, like I can say, normal or the facts, and then if you see that actually there's more than that, then go deeper and maybe contact also Mr. Paul or somebody else, who has more knowledge and more experience. Do you know somebody, Paul, that maybe did play with demonic, possessions or demonic places, and that they end up being in trouble? Did you ever end up in that kind of, basket where people were asking you, I play with this, I play with that, or, I maybe got something attached to me, and did you, figure it out what was happening?
Oh yeah, a lot of my demonic cases, they originate because the person who has a demonic attachment was playing with a Ouija board. And a lot of my cases is all because of the Ouija board. Leave the Ouija board alone. There's many times where I've done the cases, I've taken the Ouija board, I blessed it, and buried it in hollowed ground. That's the proper way of disposing of it. So, yeah, people get themselves in a lot of trouble. And a lot of people, too, who find themselves in prison, um, you talk to them, they said they hear voices in their head and everything else. I actually believe there's a demonic entity controlling them, talking to them in their mind, making them do what they do. So, and they wind up getting in trouble and wind up going to prison.
And that's quite crazy, I wanted to ask you something. I know more than a couple of people, that they contact me. And I'm not a demonologist or specialist at demonology like you are, and that's what I always love when you come here, because we can learn so much from you, And, but the truth, what is, many people start playing with that dark side. Do you think, is it the curiosity, or sometimes is it really the calling from the other side to get you into the trouble, and maybe even make you do a crime, or make you pay the time, or, make you suffer financially or whatever?
People get influenced, especially young kids, teenagers. Um, they'll turn on the TV and they'll watch the Fast and the Furious. You know, these guys in their racing cars
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah,
going
yeah, yeah,
fast.
yeah, yeah.
And then they practice it right on the street and get into accidents and stuff. So they're very influenced, and people love horror movies. And they see like a movie where they're summoning a demon and they're using a Ouija board. So they have to try it themselves. And they wind up getting into trouble because they don't know what they're doing. They open up a portal and they bring this evil into their lives. So yeah, definitely.
That that's quite scary, you know. And sometimes I'm not gonna lie to you. People tell me, I play with the Ouija board. I do this, I do that, and then they kind of succeed or they achieve something for quite a very short time, and then things happen after that, and basically all this negativity is happening. So I did a little research and study with a couple of the people, and some of the people that are just like yourself, the paranormal investigators and also researchers, into the study or demonologist. And one of the priests actually told me it's because Daniel, like these demons will allow you to get a little bit of knowledge, a little bit more of a power. But after that, you'll be punished with illness. You'll be punished with, I don't know, financial struggles, forgive me, with law and etc. So do you think that basically demons will also kind of lure the victims in, and then after that, when they lure them, there is a time to pay the price for everything that I gave you?
Oh, absolutely. Um, they will entice you with this and that, and it seems thrilling and exciting and adventurous, and you get sucked in, and then you pay the price. Whatever that price
Wow.
is, they pay for it. You know, they had that one musician, I can't think of his name right now, something Johnson, and he went to the
Yeah.
crossroads over in Louisiana, and I know
Mm-hmm.
you're probably familiar with him, but they said he
Yes.
sold his soul to the devil and he was able to play the guitar really good. So here he got what he wanted. He's famous, he plays the guitar good, but now
Yes.
the devil owns your soul.
And that's another thing. I think sometimes, and I'm seeing that a lot. People are. I don't know if it's the timing. I don't know, like the people are saying, we are entering into different time and the veil is thinning between the different worlds. What it's my opinion too. That's why people are more turning to the Christ Himself. They're turning more to the church. They're turning more to the people like yourself because they're looking for the correct answer and correct guidance. You know, did you ever have a family or a case where actually you had somebody that was fully possessed, or that maybe family was saying, we did something and now we are cursed because of it?
Oh, yes. Well, a lot of times people, when they contact me, they say, I feel like I have a demonic attachment. So they
Mm-hmm.
did something, they played with a Ouija board or whatever, but a demon has came into their life. And I've actually talked to people who said that they have a demonic attachment and their faces sometimes distort. It starts
Wow.
changing. Their
Mm-hmm.
eyes turn black. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I know for sure they have something attached to them. I mean, this one guy that we did an investigation, he was a nice guy in the beginning. He's laughing, joking around, everything else. Then, then his whole personality changed, and I swear, Danielle, looking at him, he looked like the devil. And
Oh God, mercy.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And what I do with people with demonic attachments, I will give them a full submersion baptism. And
Mm-hmm.
when I
Mm-hmm.
first started doing it, I wasn't sure if I was going to be successful, but I totally believe
Yeah.
in the angels, and I think angels are here to protect us. So I call upon angels. I have my crucifix. I have holy water. I bless the water in the bathtub, bring them in, and give them a full submersion baptism. And Danielle, they call me up and tell me, "Oh my God, it worked." And when I watch these ghost hunting shows and when they get involved with demons, none of them are giving them full submersion baptism. That is a basic form of exorcism, and no one's doing it except for me. I'm definitely doing it. Also too, like if people call me on the paranormal hotline, and let's say they're calling me from Canada or they're calling me from New York, and they say they have a demon attachment, I tell them to go to your nearest Baptist church. I'm Catholic, but I tell them to go to a Baptist church because they're more acceptable to it, and they will take you right up there, give you a full submersion baptism, and when you come out, that demon is gone. It cannot stay attached to you because of that.
Because of
that
the holy water.
Yes. Yes.
And I even do something. I don't know if you would agree, but this is what I do. I'm going to tell you honestly. I have a holy water in my house from St. Herman of Alaska Orthodox Church here. Actually, it's American church here in Canada, American Canadian church where I belong to. And basically, what I do, like we have a holy water, right? So once a week when I'm done with my shower, even if I'm baptized,